What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this one, we have a little bit of an AMC update here. We're going to be going over the technicals going into this next week's trading week. It's going to be a really exciting week. Ape is going to be coming out tomorrow. We have some interesting things with trading suspensions that I want to briefly touch upon as well. And again, we also have Ken Griffin Citadel Securities making some pretty interesting moves. But again, there are some very important things that we need to go over before this next week's trading week. So buckle up. We're going to go through everything and break it all down. So before we get into all of that information, if you do enjoy the information and analysis that I do provide for you guys in these videos, make sure you go down there and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who do want to learn. If you guys do want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. So let's get right into the chart over here and take a brief look at what AMC is looking like first on the 4-hour time frame. Then we are going to move to the daily. Now, looking at this chart right here, we are seeing that 1348 cross to the downside, but we do have this key level of support here at this 200 exponential moving average. There's a couple of things that we need to talk about here, and if AMC does end up slipping and closing down this down below this 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame, it's very possible that we are going to be ending up to see lower levels here, this previous level of resistance 1612, maybe even this one up here in that 1660 range. And currently we close the day on Friday at about $18.02. Now, the other thing that I kind of want to bring up here is that the RSI on the 4-hour is, however, very oversold. So we could be in for a nice little relief bounce back to the upside just because the stock has been incredibly oversold. Now, the other thing that we kind of have to take a look at here is this daily time frame, where we did end up getting that closing candle down below that 200 EMA, but are also just hovering this 48 right here. And again, with Ape coming out tomorrow, this is going to provide AMC with a very interesting opportunity down the line to raise capital by not diluting AMC's common stock, but diluting those preferred equity units. Combined with the fact that Cineworld, I believe, has also kind of gotten into their bankruptcy proceedings now, it's very possible that AMC could end up using some of this raised capital or the capital that they already have to buy that theater chain's highest performing theaters to further boost AMC's revenues going into the future. So again, we're in a very interesting spot fundamentally, but technically right now it does look like we could be seeing a little bit more downside. Now, again, if you guys are interested a little bit more in learning about these charts and making sure that you fully understand how to trade using Pythagoras, the first retail investor-driven algorithm of its kind that is an absolute beast in the market, we have Invictus as well. We have all of those other 450 stocks that we alert on multiple different time frames, the learning curriculum, the private live streams. If you guys are interested in that, make sure you check out that link down below and come to the best place to learn how to trade. So going a little bit further into this, I know a lot of people were also kind of freaking out about what was going on with Webull saying that they were suspending trading and if this was going to be a really, really big deal. Now, AMC has a big corporate action coming here with the release and the payout of these AMC preferred equity units, the Apes, coming out tomorrow. And it is normal practice to suspend trading until that corporate action is finalized, and then trading will come back. But we do have a message from Webull here. Thanks for reaching out to us. AMC is undergoing corporate action. The notification displayed on the chart page is set by default for stocks when a corporate action happens. AMC and Ape should be open for trading on Webull platform at or around the August 22nd. Tomorrow, market open. Thank you. So right now, there's really nothing all that crazy going on here with making sure that everything is going to go as planned. The main reason why I think a lot of people are kind of freaking out about this is if you look at why securities sometimes do get suspended, suspended trading occurs when the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission intervenes in the market to halt trading activity due to serious concerns about a company's assets, operations, or other financial information. They are and as we can see here, the SEC has the authority to suspend the trading of a security for up to 10 trading days. So things like this are freaking people out a little bit, but again, right now, not really a cause for concern. And then we also have trading halts, those limit up, limit down halts, very different than this type of suspension. Those other trading halts are more geared towards volatility in the market, and that's why stocks do end up getting halted. So with the current situation here, it's just there's a corporate action going on, but again, nothing too crazy to really be all that worried about. But I do want to get into what is going on here with Ken Griffin and Citadel Securities, because he is making some interesting moves here. And I want to break some of these things down because I do think, again, there's some misinformation out there that I do want to correct and kind of analyze with you guys. So Ken Griffin's Citadel Securities borrows $600 million as trading revenues surge. Lenders line up to provide financing after volatility spurs profit gains for U.S. equities trading house. Now, what a lot of people are doing in this situation are saying that Citadel needs a bunch of money and they're going to be going bankrupt. In my opinion, that's not necessarily the case. I think of Citadel, as everybody should, as kind of two separate entities. Remember, Citadel Securities, the market maker, and then Citadel, the hedge fund. Again, they're probably intertwined in some way, allegedly. But at the end of the day, when you're thinking about the current situations that we have, you have to think about, well, who has the ability to create those synthetic shares? Is it the hedge fund? No. It's the market makers who are able to essentially mark a lot of these orders as short exempt if they need to legally naked short to basically maintain the normal supply and demand metrics in the overall market. And that's what the market makers are allowed to do. So I think of Citadel Securities as kind of potentially the big bad guy over here. I don't really care about Citadel, the hedge fund, because as we've seen, especially looking here, Citadel Advisors on AMC right here over the last quarter has actually increased their position, the share position in AMC by about 656% to 670,000 shares, and then decrease their derivatives positions. And again, even when we're looking at these 13Fs, it's going to be very difficult to ever see, okay, well, is this company actually going to be net short? Because when 13Fs are released, the SEC actually says do not include short positions on these types of forms. So there's no way for retail investors to actually see them. But let's actually go back to this article here. Citadel Securities borrowed $600 million on Thursday to bolster its balance sheet in trading business, capitalizing on strong demand from lenders after volatile markets helped one of the biggest U.S. equity trading houses make a banner start to 2022. The company, which is majority owned by billionaire Ken Griffin, forms a critical part of the plumbing of the U.S. financial markets. Yeah, I guess. They probably do some very suspicious things as well, as we've seen. But again, sure, Financial Times, say whatever you want. It was thrown into the spotlight last year as millions of investors piled into stock and options markets for the first time. The company told lenders, which include credit funds, that it planned to use the $600 million in part for additional trading capital. Citadel has sought to expand into markets outside the U.S. and build its business with institutional traders in fixed income. Now, remember, Citadel has also taken on a pretty sizable investment, too, from Sequoia, as we come down a little bit further as well to really get into the crypto market here, and Paradigm. So Citadel is making moves here and kind of partnering up with these lenders and these other large organizations to kind of further enhance their business. Does this mean that they're going bankrupt just because they took on a pretty sizable loan at some pretty favorable rates? In my opinion, not necessarily. But again, kind of looking at this situation from a neutral standpoint, again, Citadel, in the way that the market is run right now, definitely needs to change. We all know that. Payment for order flow should not be in the market here because it limits price discovery. And Citadel, again, is one of, or if not the largest market makers in the U.S. equity trading markets right now. So is it a good thing that they're going to be expanding into these other markets? Well, probably not. So that is mainly going to wrap up this update here on AMC, the Citadel situation that we have right here. If you guys did enjoy the information and analysis that I provided for you guys in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who do want to learn. But other than that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.